the R5 Alistair, but not super convincing.
Yeah, I'm feeling if there's ever a chance for the Dian Freaks to do it, it is in a game.
You know.
Well, Canyon is moving in, but we got to fight on the top side of the map as well. Dudu dashing around like a madman. As Canyon doesn't find the rock, Chovy is looking to get up here as well, as there's the public execution. And Dudu just grabs first blood. That's a solo kill. Pyosik was just kind of everything.
Yeah, we see Gen.G all looking to contest this. There's a 3v3 with the top lane starting to move.
Yeah, Canyon goes in though. Seismic shove is good there from Bulldog as he's just getting thrown around. The Impale is decent as Pyosik there with the Crescent Guard doesn't have a whole lot of defense, but he audaciously charges away. Keen trying to be immune and does get that sniff to take down the Xin Zhao. Another phenomenal shove though, and the public execution, but the pulverize from Duro, he's just saving the fight for Gen.G! And Bulldog almost slammed into the wall. It was almost even worse. As the Dian Freaks can't make it happen, Berserker trying to fight back against Ruler, and Ruler barely even noticing from what we can see here.
It's absurd to me that Gen.G won that fight.
It
Given
feels
the condition,
illegal.
and I think just poor target selection really cost them there.
Yeah, feels a little bit like the nameplate situation becoming a bit of a problem here, but Dudu was their 1 point of power, and now Canyon's going to turn up, and Keen just going to put him in his circle and cut him down. There goes the Ambessa one more time, and it's a killing spree now for Keen. Same cadence here in the next matchup.
Yeah.
Because Gen.G have a 2,000 gold lead here at 10.5 minutes. Like
Yes.
He just couldn't turn. Oh, it was very good. The boost was absurd in that game. Anyway, we are focusing on something else. There is a quickness coming on in. Keen is just dead. Great seismic shove there from Bulldog. No notes. As the DN Freaks just grabbed themselves a pick.
Good setup. Well, I mean, we did see... No, that'd be spoilers for Arcane, as we know. Some people haven't seen Arcane Season 2.
Oh, that's true, but I don't think he's ever going to see it. He's a hater.
Yeah, you know.
Man, I feel like he's catching strays all over the place. But why does he have... Like, he's the one. Like, sorry.
It's not my fault he didn't watch Arcane.
Yeah. That's all right. Headbutt pole onto Dudu here. Chovy distracted by an inner turret. Duro just keeping him interested as they do just take this one down. Pyosik will be able to get the second dragon, and it's a Cloud Soul, baby.
It is your birthday.
It is. I love to see it. All right, Keen hit by a couple of rocks, but otherwise everything is going to be all right. And Chovy, Morrow, call me out on it. That would be rude.
Yep.
As Duro is going to tell Dudu that it is just not his time. He's not allowed to defend this turret. He will say, all right. Dian Freaks trading towards the top side, though. And whenever we see a team that is behind, trading evenly, that feels good. This, unfortunately, though, is not an even trade. The Rift Arrow going to go down, and Gen.G is still pushing here towards his bottom side as well. All right, public execution onto Chovy, but Duro's going to turn up, and he's just dead.
Yeah.
Duro was quite recently there.
Yeah, you know, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, that was pretty... Just because he's an animal doesn't mean he's not...
He is still an object, but it still felt rude. As Pyosik tried to take the Raptors away from Canyon. Canyon going to get ulted away. And the smite is going to come on through, but Canyon can drive through that one. There's the flash at the same time. It's a scary Skarner, and he just picks up the Xin Zhao, who cannot do anything. He used everything to try and escape. And he still had the ulti. And so now to give away Soul Point. And Canyon, very, very strong. He's like super tanky right now. Duro looking for a flank angle, as is Kane. And Gen.G all the while just sticking onto this dragon. Okay, headbutt does pull Pyosik around, but that is still going to be secure by Canyon. Dudu in that backline. Keen just fighting everyone he can find. And Chovy now just going to use the seismic shove, it feels like, to close the distance. Bulldog going to be flashing away, though. Keen trying to dash away, and Berserker goes too far forward, baited by the low health bars. And DNF not going to be able to fight anymore. Public execution going to be a little bit of a public flub there from Dudu. And Chovy just going to finish off this turret. Gen.G continuing to push forward. There's Ruler now just saying, enough with this silliness. It's time to die.
Canyon looking for another Heartsteel stack. And I guess a kill too.
It's all about the Heartsteel stacks. You can tell that Orcs is a ARAM gamer.
Yeah.
Which is what he's going to have to go back to playing now that Arena is gone.
Oh, don't remember. How?
Sorry. As Dudu is possibly dead, but he does have good old shielding and dashing and all that stuff.
And you can see after that, Canyon kind of lost a little bit of interest, and then you see Ruler's like, no, give me the kill, please. And he's like,
Well, Duro is going, never mind. In comes Canyon now. Let's see whether they can actually kill him, as Duro is taking them for a merry ride. Finally flashes. Headbutt comes in. Pulverize not going to connect, though, because Dudu is just able to dash all the time forever. And he's still going. He's still going. He's got the movement speed from the Cloud Rift. And he's out. On vision as well, just to make sure that they know.
Flashes in, has the ult for backup, doesn't need it.
Yep, that's Ruler, who's just kind of done with it. As okay, Ruler might be done with being on the Rift right now, but he does use the Feather Stomp, creates the distance, and holds the recall. Oh man, Life is so close to dead as well. As there's the crash, Bulldog gonna go down, and that's a double.
You know what's the saddest thing about Skarner?
What's that?
Is when you ult them.
Oh god, Life is trying to work out what he needs to do there, and he just came up with nothing.
When you ult them, you can't auto them, right? Because you're locked in to the animation. So both of them had hard steel stacks, and Canyon's just staring at them, not able to take them. Ruler takes the kill.
No.
He has the Infinity Edge now. He's doing so much damage, and
I mean, at least he has 104 now. That's a decent number. As it's 25 minutes into the game, and Gen.G are thinking that maybe that's enough time spent in the game. As they have a 12,000 gold lead. The Nexus turrets are going to go down. We felt like, as far as the draft was concerned, maybe there was a chance, but as it turned out, the first place team is performing a little bit better here in the LCK than the 10th place team. Game 1, going over to Gen.G.
Like, yes, you can block things, but it doesn't really help with getting on top of these sort of mobile, longer range picks.
You do have engaged Scion, so you don't really... He's going to dash forward, but it is just going to be Gen.G saying thanks for the leash. And True Shot Barrage just to make sure that there's no one hiding in the shadows. So there we go, Gen.G going to be able to grab that first objective. Dragon going over their way, and no first blood just yet.
A little bit for them. Oh, Bulldog.
Okay.
Yeah, it says yeah. A little bit for ambitious Dragon take from Pureshik there. Didn't really have the setup to go for it, and Gen.G set a pretty nice trap. Don't manage to finish off the Wukong, but do manage to pick up the Dragon themselves. And they will definitely take that.
Went over to Gen.G, but there's at least one grub for the Dian Freaks.
Yeah.
And there is a Hex Flash, because Duro can. Shattering Strike's pretty good there as well. As the dash forward, crash down is good. As True Shot Barrage comes in, Arcane Shift actually picks up the kill. That is novel. And Life is also now dead. Yep, that's the kill going on over. So a double kill in 2v2, not too bad there for Ruler and Duro. As Keen getting pushed away. He might be dead, does manage to surge himself back up to some health, and then just pounces his way out. Pureshik now is going to die as Canyon throws the ulti in, and Dudu not going to have the damage to stop him. And he's just pretty sticky on this doggo. Still the turret not going to be enough for, sorry, not going to be something that Canyon can fight against. Bulldog gets a plate, but it is, I spoke too soon. Going to be in between.
It's easy strategy. No grasp stacks for this Nidalee.
Nope.
Well, other than like the 100 she's had already.
Yeah, yeah. But not anymore.
Yeah.
Look, there's a cannon.
There's a cannon.
There's a pedal.
Oh, he's not going to be able to get there in time. He can't TP to pick it up.
Kane, get the pedal. We can see it on the minimap optimization there from Duro. Here on Gen.G. There's Canyon just getting into position to try and make something happen, perhaps, as Dudu. He just wants to get to his turret, guys. And you know what? He'll get there. Charm comes on through. Trophy picks up turret aggro. And Duru's coming on in. If this doesn't work, then you just invite the metal horse. And Dudu goes down.
Oh, wait.
Oh, Duro is going to get taken out. It's a 1-for-1. And Dudu is a happy zombie.
I think Canyon getting aggro there would have been optimal.
You can see Chovy with his Boots of Lucidity upgraded somewhat now as well. And he's going to be able to take down the first turret. So theoretically, a full monopoly on the feats, but we don't see the first turret one going on over. I kind of would like it if you still saw it. Even though feats of strength are done. Like, I hate that it sort of stops counting them, because I like knowing who gets the first turret, you know?
They wish you won.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. I don't want to be greedy. As, all right, crash down onto Life as the door is there, but he can't put it all around him, unfortunately, and so he's just dead. Ruler going to be able to pick that one up, taking down his former teammate.
Yeah, you don't want to sound like
get the heck out of there, but concussive blow's not going to work out, and Ruler just denying as much farm as he possibly can as he takes down an inner turret. Emperor's Divide finds the air.
You know, you miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, and you missed the ones you miss as well. Did you know that?
Man, the DN Freaks need to be hitting some shots.
People that did Kingsman. And I think they say hacker in that. I'm like, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
The word hacker right now.
Oh, but then they're going to do that thing they did with the zombie films.
Yeah.
Where they don't want to say hacker, so they say adjacent
something.
with.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
we've got a team fight. That's a nice Magnus Storm here from Duro. Shattering Strike, a lot of value. No one dead just yet, but in and out goes Gen.G. As True Shot Barrage doesn't find the mark. Canyon is just going to cut them down, though, and my God, the blender that is Gen.G is pretty frightening. And it's not even like good news for Dudu, who's outside of the fight. He's dealing with Keen this whole time.
Kind of just decimated them. Yeah, Dudu, he's just having his own little time against the Nidalee. Not too fun, but more fun than the rest of DNF are having. Yeah, they did that with Zombie Films. I think the market got a little... Oh!
Okay, there's a crash. All right, King gonna get knocked up. Remember, he can just pounce away at any time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he does. Dudu could have flashed after him, but he didn't know it was there.
Get the follow, and also Keen has flashed, so...
Yeah.
You know, they use that, that'd be peak, honestly.
What about E-Detective? We're gonna need an E-Detective for this one. It's Veronica Mars' daughter that's going to do it. Veronica Mars, fantastic show, but definitely is a little bit older, and it probably would be an E-Detective that they'd need now as Chovy over the wall. A bit of a jump scare there for Life, who is just dead, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, interesting, his name is Life, and yet he has the most deaths.
Huh, ironic.
Yes.
Some could say. As Dudu, roaring like a Slayer, but he's otherwise not going to find too much. It's a 2-level lead here for Keen.
He's kind of vibing, though. I'm going to be honest. Dudu on the Scion. If you ignore everything else in the game...
All right, well, there's a flanking teleport from a Nidalee. I don't know necessarily what that means. But with the amount of money Gen.G has, probably not great things for DNF. As Life, okay, avoiding a fair bit, but will get charmed up. There's Orbit Deception there as well as Canyon and Keen. Oh, the cats and dogs are so incredibly frightening. There's the first kill, and there's a whole bunch more as Ruler is just going ballistic. The doggo as well. Dudu is trying to run away. He liked it more when it was the 1v1 against the Nidalee in a side lane. As he's like, yeah, is this what's been happening around the rest of the map? Oh dear.
This is just pristine top lane experience. You get counterpicked by a ranged top laner that you can only describe as cringe. After playing your lane out as best you can, trying to pick up some farm, you realize the rest of your team is a combined 0-13. And the game is just over.
It definitely is just over. I think, is it Kion that came up with Firewall Tickler as a hacker name?
Lord of the Pings is
Lord of the Ping. Digital Locksmith feels a bit real. Actually really like that. Kion, that's some good stuff.
We should pick this.
Charm gonna come on through. Emperor's Divide doesn't do enough because the Nexus explodes. And Gen.G will pick up